So Brahma is a god of Hindu or Indian origin, and he represents the creator god. And this god has been worshipped from approximately 500 BCE and is still worshipped in very strong numbers to this day. His cult centers were particularly Lake Puskana in Rajputana and near Mount Abu, and there are references to this god in artwork as far as bronze sculptures and stone, and he has been mentioned in literary sources including the Rig Veda, but also other sacred Indian or Hindu texts. With the god Vishnu and Shiva, Brahma is one of the trinity of supreme creator deities in the Hindu pantheon. So when we talk about the trinity, we look at obviously what the Kushite Nubian trinity was with Asar, Aset, and the god Heru, who was their son. And then we look at biblical references, or at least Christian references, to the trinity being the Son, the Father, and the Holy Ghost. So that's something that they share in common with other belief systems as well. And we'll get back to the concept of the Trinity. He also had a consort who was Sarasvati, who was a goddess of speech. But there were other consorts as well, including the milkmaid Gayatri. Brahma is depicted with 4 heads, often bearded, facing in 4 directions, and with 4 hands. Sometimes one of them raised in blessing or promise. As a god of knowledge, he often carries the Vedas, which is the sacred mythology, of course, developed in Sanskrit, which are said to have sprung directly from his head. Other attributes include a water pot, which indicates prosperity, a spoon or string of pearls. He may also carry a staff and a dish of alms. He has been depicted with either red or pink skin, wearing a white robe or loincloth with a sacred cord around his shoulder. His sacred animal is the goose. According to one legend, he was created from the right side of creator force. His life is anticipated as 100 heavenly years, each year being 360 days and nights. Each day, or kalpa, is equal to 4,320,000 earthly years. Brahma's current age is said to be 51, and after each of his years, the universe is destroyed and rebuilt. Brahma is generally less popular than Vishnu or Shiva, who are his counterparts, probably because he is identified solely as the primordial of this creation. Legend describes how he created himself from the primordial waters using the power of his own desire. He thought a seed into existence, which grew into a golden egg, and from which he emerged after a year. The 2 halves of the shell became the heaven and the earth, which he fashioned into the sky. The Ramayana also describes him in the form of a boar, which raises the earth on its tusk. By contrast, the Mahabharata accounts him as being born from a lotus in the navel of Vishnu. Elsewhere, he emerges as a fish or as a tortoise. Negative aspects of Brahma include drunkenness and duplicity. One source describes how beautiful the god Satarupa was formed from half of Raman's own self, but in an attempt to prevent him looking on his daughter with incestuous desire, she circled around him. His 4 heads resulted. There was once a 5th, which Shiva decapitated with the thumb of his left hand. It is said that the incest with his daughter is also partially responsible for Brahma's limited worship. Alternate legend credits him with a daughter, Vak, by whom he ruled. In Buddhist tradition, he is one of a group of Dharmapala with terrible appearances and royal attire. So Brahma is just the first as we start to delve into Brahmanic belief systems, which will open a whole new door into both Hindu and Buddhist beliefs. So thank you for stopping at Downward Chronicles. Please join us as we continue our series as we look at the Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and the entirety of Brahmanic beliefs.